Hello, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to discuss my yoga journey and give you guys a bit of a background about me and the person behind the videos. So basically, I started practicing yoga about 8 to 10 years ago. I was honestly just practicing it by myself and by going to classes at a gym that I had a membership at. I would just follow the scheduled classes, and I was way more into lifting weights and doing really intense, rigorous workouts. So I saw yoga class as a way to relieve the tension in my muscles and really provide myself some time to stretch, because surprisingly, to be honest, I hated stretching. I hated spending time after my workout to spend 10-15 additional minutes in the gym to stretch, which is funny looking back now, but so that's how I started off, and I really didn't see it as a spiritual practice. I saw it more as a chance to stretch. So I continued to practice yoga, and I really got a liking towards, or had a liking towards, hot yoga. I know that's quite popular, and I just loved being in the heat, and it almost again felt like a workout. So it really did take away from the spiritual aspect of it. As I continued to progress through my yoga journey, I had always as well just had an interest in yoga. I liked the sequences, I liked the flow, I liked how many different types of yoga there were out there. So I always had a natural grabbing towards it, but I never really fully devoted myself and really thought about what the asanas or poses do past just the poses. So I decided, well, let me back up a bit. So I was doing a corporate job. I have traditional parents in the manner that they wanted me to go to university. I had moved here from Serbia when I was 3 years old with my mom. And I think that she had devoted her life to me and given up so much for me that she really wanted to provide me with the best path. And she thought, obviously, coming to Canada, that going to high school and then university right away was the best method of doing that. So I fought her against it. I didn't want to go to university first year. I wanted to travel and find myself, because again, I felt quite unstable. I didn't know what I wanted to do. You're so young at that age that how could you even try to understand what you want to do for the rest of your life? So she obviously refused and made me go. So I went first year to university without any specialization. I had no idea what my major was, and I was general first year. I eventually discovered psychology, and even though I didn't question what kind of career I could get out of that, I really enjoyed learning about human behavior and really going deeper into the theories and the behavior analysis. So I decided to major in psychology after first year. After university, I had graduated, and again, I was stuck. I didn't know what to do. I obviously knew the normal path was to go out and find a corporate job, because you have to pay back your student loans, and that's just the path that's graved out by society. So I started to apply to jobs. I got a customer service and sales job, and did some marketing here and there. And I worked for about 3 different firms over the span of 5 to 7 years. I was quite unhappy. To be honest, I really didn't care about the work. I just did it to get the paycheck and continue to move on. I really dreaded going into work each day, and I just didn't find any happiness there. I felt like there was no opportunity for me to have any self-growth. There was no way for me to really understand who I am. And again, stuck with the problem that I didn't know what I wanted to do because I wasn't able to spend time to figure it out, because it was just go, go, go. Graduate school, get a job quickly, don't even think about anything, just go along the moves that everybody else is doing. So I didn't question much, and I knew deep down inside I was super unhappy. So I decided to quit my job. One of my best friends decided to quit her job as well, and we decided to start traveling. Finally, that chapter had arrived for me. So I was super excited. We basically had said, screw it, we're not happy with our jobs right now, let's go find what else is out there. So we decided to do a backpacking trip across Southeast Asia. We went to Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. And we were there for about 3.5 months. And I don't think I've ever been more happy. I honestly felt like I learned so much about myself in that 3.5 months than I had in years of school. So I was really, truly in a super bliss state. I woke up every day. I was excited to not know what I was going to do and what I could explore and the new skills that I could gain. And I learned so much from the culture and the people. And I really always look back at that trip as a turning point for me. And of course, the trip had come to an end. We had bought tickets to come back when we had bought our tickets originally. And we both looked at each other and we both knew that it wasn't time. So we decided to apply for a 1-year working visa in Australia, since it was close, and we thought we're never going to be able to get to that, we're never going to be able to get to Australia from Canada. So we might as well try. We spent literally our last dollars on the visa application, and we were just sitting on the beach praying and hoping we would get in. And I think it was the next day or a couple days later, we got the news that we were able to get the 1-year working visa and travel to Australia. So we decided to do that, of course, and we spent a year living and working in Sydney. It was amazing, and I feel so grateful that I was able to extend the trip. Again, I spent time to really understand myself, and I really tried to explore as many areas as I could and do what I could with the backpacking money we had, which was not much, but it was almost fun in a way to try to make the best of the situation when we obviously were working to live and didn't have that much savings at the time. So the trip had come to an end, and about 1.5 years later, I decided to fly back home. I really did miss home and miss seeing my mom and my sister, and it just felt like the right time. So I decided to travel home, and I faced the same problem again. What am I gonna do? Because after that, I realized I love traveling. That's one of my passions, and I want to continue that. But how can I continue that by being in Canada and doing a corporate job or going back into the field that I hated? It made no sense. So I sat and I brainstormed, and every day I would brainstorm, I would go to the gym, because the gym has always been a safe place for me. I really enjoy being active, and I love getting that energy out and kind of resetting your mindset. So as I would brainstorm and work out, I came to the realization, why wouldn't I try to do a yoga teacher training? Because I love movement. I love being active. I love challenging myself. And I think deep down inside, I knew I was spiritual, because I feel like I have always sort of taken a different path in life. And I've often questioned why we do things. And I thought this was the time to actually take action on my questioning. So I signed up for a teacher training here in Toronto, and I searched through studios looking, where am I going to do this? And I found one studio called Mula Yoga, and I went to a class or two to really get the vibe of the teachers so that I would be able to see whether I would want to learn from them. And when I met Hannah, the owner of the studio, I was so impressed and taken back by her dedication, her courage, her endless love and kindness. And she always made you feel so welcome. So I knew that this was the place that I wanted to do my teacher training. So I decided to sign up, and I went through the teacher training. I did the 200-hour course. And by the time I had graduated, I knew that this is exactly where I needed to be. I started doing my own creative practice of yoga, where I wasn't just stretching and I wasn't just looking to do it after a workout. I was replacing everything with yoga. I was doing my yoga practice in the morning, doing my yoga practice in the evening. I was reading the Yoga Sutras. I was reading up on any yoga philosophy book I could find. I was interested in Buddhism, and I always have been since a young age, actually. And this yoga practice really sparked that for me. So I really gone head deep, I think that's the saying. I've really gone deep into the yoga practice, and have been devoting myself every single day since the yoga training. And that was about 2 years ago that I took the yoga training. Ever since then, I have been teaching and hosting my own classes. I've been teaching at a community center. I've been teaching with a health clinic to help individuals who may be going through different sorts of mental health issues. And I teach with a yoga studio here in Toronto. So I've been super grateful to and blessed to have been presented these opportunities. And I have many more things on my agenda to come. But I just wanted to make this video to give you guys a background on who I am and how I've gotten here. And I'm always open to answering any questions that you may have. So my whole intention here is to share all the great philosophy and tools that I've learned through yoga, and all the values and how it's really helped me grow as an individual. So I'm going to continue making videos like this, and I'll be discussing different topics, but I thought that this would be a great introduction video. So I hope you stay tuned and subscribe, and keep on being yourself and loving yourself. Bye.